I've had the good fortune of speaking with you throughout the years. You dreamed of being a mom, you worked really hard to become a mom, and now you're 3 years into motherhood.
Crazy.
What is it like?
And I still, till this day, look at him, I'm like, you're real. Like, I look at every little detail, I look at his eyelashes, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like, God didn't forget your cuticles. Like, just the most random, like, because everything on him is like little, you know?
Yes. And
I'm just like, and you're mine. And I get to like watch life through your eyes and see this whole new world through his little eyes.
Yeah.
It's changed everything for me. It really has changed everything for me. Say hola. 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 I am a work from home mom. And I love that. I love that I get to be a part of my son's everyday life.
You don't miss anything.
No, I don't miss a thing, okay? He's going to the dentist on Monday. I will be there, okay? I literally map my work time around my son's nap. So like if he's napping, I'm like, 12 o'clock is a perfect time to do an interview, or like, let's do a 12 p.m. call because Ever's down for 2 hours.
Yeah.
Like, I'll take meetings in my office. In the nighttime, we'll put him to bed, and then like, we have a recording studio downstairs, so I get to work with my husband on music. And so it's just, it's a very chill, peaceful time in my life, and I'm loving every second of it.
Can you describe this kid's personality for me?
I am raising myself. My mom is like, pa que aprenda, so you can learn. This is all
Karma, yes.
For real. He has Israel's face and my whole personality. The boy definitely has my nose, my ears, my forehead, and I think he has my lips.
So little firecracker.
He's got so much personality. Yeah. I mean, literally the other day, I told him to pass me something. I'm like, we're moving, he has soccer on Saturday. So I'm like, come on, Papa, we have to get ready. Like, can you pass me that? And he held it and he said, can you say please? I was like, what is happening? Like he thinks we're equals, okay? I mean, you know what I mean? Like he's like, you need to say please.
You expect me to say please, I expect you to say please.
That was me as a kid. I always was like very vocal, probably like, he's very loud. But I read, you know, on Instagram, of course, I read like a meme that says like, if kids are loud, it's because they have the freedom to be loud. You know, that like
he's giving that to him.
He's being raised with a lot of freedom to express himself, to be loud. He sings, he dances. He's just started piano lessons last week.
Wow.
I cried, of course. He's like, ding, ding, and I'm like,
just a sobbing puddle of mess. Are you crying a lot these days?
Oh,
because
I cry for everything.
We saw you crying at the runway show. His runway debut. What was it that made you so emotional?
I would say 30% was like, oh my gosh, is this kid about to hit us with a and tuck and roll? I'd say the other 70% was, I'm in awe of him. He looked back at me like, girl, I got this.
Right. Like, I'll be strutting over here if you need me.
He speaks way more Spanish than he does English.
Wow.
So he's now just picking up English and he has a little accent and I think it's the cutest thing. Like when he counts, he's like, 9 ting. 10 has a G at the end of it, okay?
He's like
9 y ting. I'm like, okay.
He sounds Cuban.
Oh, 100%. Like it is so funny. So I'll tell him, okay, vamos a modelar, you're gonna model. And he's like into it. And so there's a part of me that's like, I want him to do something else. You know, like
but
there's just.
Babe, it's in his DNA. It's in the blood.
I know.
The fact that he's doing music and piano does not surprise me one bit. Seeing him model, I mean, the example that his parents are setting, I have to imagine this is a showbiz baby, right?
But I don't want him to be,
Why?
which is so weird.
Because you had success at a very young age,
Yeah.
and look how wonderful you turned out.
A lot of people look at 3LW, and I started that when I was 15. I had just turned 15.
Yeah.
And I still had like a solid 15 years of like normalcy, and I'm grateful that my parents gave me that. I never had a stage show, like a stage mom at all. Actually, the opposite. The whole time I was in 3LW and Cheetah Girls, she was like, Mamita, you just let me know when.
Take a break.
My job pays for your college. She was just like, you're still under my insurance, like, let me know. Like, if
You're not my meal ticket.
Not at all, not at all. And I'm just so grateful for that. And
Yeah.
so I just want him to have normalcy. If he loves it and he's having fun, I'm into it.
Yeah.
If he is not enjoying it,
we're out.
At all.
We're out.
We're not doing it.
On the topic of privilege, you know, I know that you and Israel didn't come from, you know, a silver spoon in your mouth, so to speak.
Yeah.
And Ever's being raised in a different way. He's got this lovely home, he's got very successful parents. How are you ensuring that that kid grows up with those same core values that I know are at the center of your heart?
We are having these conversations every day. And I have no problem telling him, like, you cannot get everything you want. Like, we're gonna start there. Like, in life, you are not gonna get everything you want. Mommy's not gonna buy you everything you want.
Right.
We work towards things. We came upon this really beautiful thing about not telling Ever that he's good or great at everything, but encouraging why he's good at it. So for instance, he started piano lessons, like I said, and I'm not gonna lie to you, tempo-wise, the guy is like, bing, he waits. He doesn't just tap it, he's like, bing, 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 on the tempo, bing, bing. Like he's like
He's
in
got
it.
cadence, yes.
And I'm like, I want to be like, oh my God, you're so amazing. But I also wanna tell him, if you practice, you're gonna get even better. Like, wow, you got a great score because you practice. You really take time to study, baby. I really see the effort that you put into this. And those are the things I wanna praise. I wanna praise his efforts. I want to praise, because I think there are things that he's naturally gifted at, but I want him to know that, like, hard work is really where it's at.
Getting to this point where this little 3-year-old that we're having this beautiful conversation about, I've had different conversations with you, more difficult conversations where you didn't know what your journey was gonna look like. And there's a lot of women out there who are going through those similar trials right now as we speak. What would you say to that Adrienne who was silently suffering and struggling behind closed doors, knowing that a beautiful little 3-year-old boy is on the other end of it?
It's wild to think of like the pain you feel during that time and the loneliness you feel. There are times where I'm just like in it with my son, and then I have to step back and go, oh my gosh, like, hey, you prayed for this, you wanted this, and now there's people that are like, well, are you gonna have an other? And I'm like, wait a second, you don't understand. Like, I begged God, like, Lord, if you just give me this one thing, if you just give me this one thing, I promise, like, I'll never ask for anything else. Like, if you just give me this one thing. And now people are like, well, girl, just ask for another. I'm like, it
doesn't work that way.
I'm like, wait. But more importantly, the thing I would really, really say is that motherhood is such a gift. It is such a gift. And even the journey to get there is such a gift. I think
You're grateful for all those struggles?
Yeah, I don't think I would have appreciated that as much had I not gone through the difficult journey that I went through. Like, there are times where I'm just sitting, I'm like, Papito, tell me, you can use your words, like, talk to me, you know? And they're meltdowns. He's a kid. He's still like a toddler. And I'm like, hi, we need a toddler support group.
Right. But you're like, I prayed for this toddler meltdown.
And so it shifts my whole perspective in those moments. I'm just like, okay, like, we're gonna lean into this. I'm gonna get down to his level. I'm gonna look into his little eyes and just remember that this is all still part of the journey. So I would tell a mom like me from a few years ago, I would say, hold on to hope. Be delusional, even if people are like, girl, it's not gonna happen. Even if the doctors continue to tell you, this isn't an option. Surrogacy certainly was not my first option, and I'm grateful for it getting me to the place that we are today. But there are still so many options, from adoption and so much more. And so I'm also a fan of encouraging women to recognize that it may not be the way you imagined it, but it can still be so, so beautiful. Even more beautiful than you could have ever imagined.
When we did the Zoom from your cabin,
yes,
where Ever was birthed and you were enjoying your little newborn bubble, you shared with me that there are a few more embryos left on ice.
Yeah.
Now that I've got 5, there's more opportunities to try. So that's my hope.
Is the door still open for that, or do you think your family is complete?
Me and Iz would love to have more children.
Yeah.
I think it's a different, I have a different mindset on it, because I think there was a level of like this desperate need to love a child and be a mom.
Yes.
And now that I have it, it shifts it a little bit where, like, I don't know if I would do surrogacy again.
Really? Why?
The reality is that was my last option. The other embryos that I have, technically, like they're called mosaic. Have you heard of that?
No.
Where they like test them the first time and they come back where they have abnormalities,
Okay.
and then they test them again and they come back normal. So it's just a question of that, and I would try that in my own body again, and we'll just see. I would love that, but again, I'm so beyond blessed with Ever that at this point it's like, if it just ends up being him as my one and only, I will pour everything into him.
Totally.
Yeah.
And if he gets a sibling, what a blessing. And if it winds
Awesome.
up being your happy, fun, blended
Yeah.
family here, what a blessing.
I've even thought of maybe when he gets older, Iz and I have talked about adoption.
Oh,
like, you know, when
really?
he's older and he can like lean in and understand.
Yes.
And, yeah.
So you would consider getting pregnant yourself
100%.
or adoption before you would do surrogacy again?
Yeah, I really feel like the surrogacy thing was like, he was my like creme de la creme embryo,
Yes.
the last one that like was approved
Viable, yes.
by the doctors. And so that was, they were like, this may be your last chance at having a child that's biologically
Yeah.
yours. And so, yeah, that was like, okay, let's see if we can make that happen. So
Incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible.
But I'm not against the surrogacy thing. I would totally, I had a beautiful experience. I would still love the experience of carrying. I would love the idea of like, I felt a child moving inside. Like, I love those ideas. I think maternity photos are stunning. Like, there's things like that. And then, but then I look at him and I'm like,
When I look at little Ever, I see the most beautiful 50-50 combination of Adrienne and Israel. So I'm curious, has that little boy deepened the love that you have for your husband?
oh, for sure.
How so?
For sure, in so many ways. So funny enough, I actually prayed that I would get Israel's mini-me. Like, I actually wanted him to look exactly like Israel. There's something really beautiful about praying for something together, seeing it come to fruition.
Yeah.
And then even when it's hard, like even when we're both exhausted, we co-sleep. And I know that
Still.
we still co-sleep, yeah. So we co-sleep. I think it's gonna go by so fast. We have like what's called an ACE mattress, like a family, like an ACE. This is over 12 feet. There's nothing sexier, I think, than seeing a father love on his child.
Oh, I'm
And
in
when
it,
it's
yes.
your child, you're just like, this is the greatest form of love. I love that we get to be an example to him of what love and marriage looks like, and we're conscious of that and we're aware of that. Like, we're very affectionate to each other.
How do you and Israel
Yeah.
still prioritize husband and wife spicy time while you're juggling careers and being mom and dad?
You have to be intentional about the spicy, sexy, romantic moments. And the reality is it's not always gonna be that way, and you're not always gonna hit the mark, and there are gonna be moments where you just roll over and fall asleep.
Of course, yes.
And then the greatest thing about that is, I think, showing each other grace. Because there's gonna be nights that I fell asleep, and then there's gonna be nights where maybe I had like some intentions, and I'm like, go in to take a shower, and I come out and he's like snoring with Ever, and I'm like,
Yeah, it's
I'm like, I
reality.
just oiled myself from head to toe. I'm about to like.
Do you see what you're missing?
Literally,
Yes.
I might even come out of with some lingerie, like you just, and I'll be like, and instead of like being annoyed by that, I'm like, oh, he's such a good husband and father, and I'm gonna give you grace so that when it's me the next time,
Yes.
you show me that same grace. Planning date nights is super important. We try to do them weekly, if not like every other week.
Yes, intentional date night, kid-free
Yes.
date night.
Yes. Where you get to connect, just the two of you get to do something. So we'll do overnights in the city.
Yeah.
I've heard this saying that is the greatest gift that you can give your children is to love their father or their mother.
Because isn't that all kids
Be
really
good,
want?
be good. I watched my dad be good to my mom. I watched my mom be really good to my dad.
And he'll be that way when it's
Yeah.
time for him to be a partner. I don't want to jump the gun, but next November, baby, we're hitting that 10-year wedding
I know.
milestone. 10 years, does it feel like it went by like that? What is the
went by way too
secret?
fast.
Because you seem more in love than ever.
We laugh a lot.
Yeah.
We also work together and we get to be creative together, which I
Yes.
think can be hard at times because
Mixing business with pleasure is not for every couple.
no, and it can be difficult with us as well, in the sense that like I come from mainstream.
Yes.
And I guess I'm like, babe, your album is coming out today. Let me do a story for you. Just say, hey, what's up, you guys? It's Israel here. Corritos Volume 2 just came out. We can't wait to hear that. He hates it.
Right. You're like, I'm on the publicity team.
If I
And he's like-
honestly, I think I would have been a public, had I not done what I did, I definitely would have gone into like public. I enjoy like marketing creative,
Yes.
like those kinds of things. I enjoy doing it with Lavoot.
Yes.
And also with Israel and New Breed, but he hates all of it. He's like, I make the music, like he loves studio time and creating the actual music, and I love that about him.
Yes.
Because then I think to myself, would I want a dude that's like, hey guys, like,
could you imagine?
I would actually hate it.
You're correct. We don't want a
But-
self-promo king. No, thank you, no.
But he's like, we will get in like arguments about that. Like, I'm like, babe, please, like just one story. He's like, okay, like that's like the small things we get in
so
arguments about.
you laugh about that, yeah.
We laugh. And I would say the other thing is, again, like, remember the things that made you fall in love and try to recreate those moments. Like, Isn't I loved like just hanging out. We love watching TV together. Like still, again, being intentional about putting each other first, because
But it's back to the basics.
it can all,
Yes.
it can get away from you so fast and so easily. Funny enough, we are not gonna do something big for 10 because you know we love the number 11.
Yes,
So
XI.
because we love the number 11, we are going back to Paris. We've already told the family to start saving the date. I'm gonna get back into my wedding dress, back at same venue and everything, and we're going to, I don't wanna renew my vows just because, I don't know,
But
I'm
it's
weird like
taboo,
that.
a little-
I'm
yeah,
so
a little
weird about-
superstitious, yes.
I'm like, the vows don't need to be renewed,
No.
they are intact.
Every day you live your vows, yes.
Correct. But I do want a celebration.
Oh,
so I
that's
just want
beautiful.
like a party that's like celebrating, like a stunning dinner party in Paris in my dress and just
Okay, ET will be there.
Yeah,
If you want
come
to
through.
invite us, please.
Come on.
You know, we'll bring the camera crew.
Come on.
We got to get all
Let's
that.
do. I would love that.
Yeah, you know, I got to tell you, I saw that the two of you were guests on the Angie Martinez
Yes,
podcast.
yes.
I couldn't have clicked play fast enough. And it was such a beautiful conversation. I learned things about your relationship that I had no idea.
I told her, this is what's going on in my life. It's bad. If once the world finds out, my life is over. My career's over. I expected her to just go, all guys are the
Expect me
same.
to do that.
And she leaned across the table and she grabbed my hand and she just started praying for me.
Were you surprised by some of the reaction that you got?
Yes and no. I was surprised because it didn't make sense to me. Like there was some of it I watched, I'm like, how did you get that from that?
Yeah.
And that story and that timeline makes no sense.
Yeah.
But I wasn't surprised because that's what they do. Like that's what social media is, that's the beast of it.
Yeah.
And so I wasn't surprised in the sense of just being like, this is the same thing we had happen in 2016.
Do you feel like because Israel was always so open and transparent with you, that made the foundation for your relationship that much stronger?
Yeah, I think ultimately I chose to love a flawed person, and I'm also a flawed person. I chose to give someone grace.
Yeah.
How that ultimately ends up being, it's worked out great for me so far, but if it doesn't, like, I ultimately have to live with that. Like, you know what I mean? But I think it's weird that people are so invested in something that seems so salacious and so scandalous. And at first, me and my stepdaughter were like, we're gonna respond. And then we sat back and we were like, but you know they're just gonna say like, no, that's not true. You're always gonna have somebody say that it's not correct information because they want to believe something that's a lot more salacious and more scandalous. That's just more fun to believe.
What he said on the podcast was like, you sat there, instead of casting judgment, you said, your mistakes do not define you, and I'm gonna sit here and pray with you.
Yes, and I said this to this man when he was divorced.
Just for the record.
But why would I tell a story? You know what I mean? Like,
Please.
guys, you're all gonna watch this. You're gonna, like,
Right.
And the funny thing is, it wasn't the first time we shared that story. I had shared that story probably twice before on The Reel. And so I was just kind of
The
shocked.
fans are not paying attention.
I was like, did you guys not hear me say this exact same story on The Reel?
Yeah. No, I love that you always talk about how it's not all rainbows and sunshine, but we can come together to form a stronger unit.
I think everybody deserves a chance to get it right.
And is he getting it right with you?
I believe so. I'm loving every moment, and I think that more than anything, we have a really strong friendship.
Yes.
And I think that
That's clear.
Yeah, like that's I love that man.
Yeah.
And I think that ultimately, like, you have to find the person for you, and it may not be who the world may imagine that I would have been with, but I'm happy.